No, man. See, you're missing the point. It doesn't matter about your age. If you're good, there are a lot of aged. My idols are all senior citizens and beyond, dude. And it looks like from their diet and the way they live their lives, they might have 5 to 10, maybe. Yeah. And that's a long time. These other motherfuckers, I told you, you distribute the karmic hate appropriately. This is how a guru, I think, would tell you. I'm thinking of a wise old Indian man or an Asian dude or an Italian mob boss that would tell me this. You distribute the fucking hate properly. I need to elaborate? It doesn't matter your fucking age. That's just one way to get extreme. That's just one way you could do it. See, when people give interviews and they want to bullshit, they often leak out at this level when you're doing shit like this, when you're paying people to do shit on YouTube with you or compensate them somehow. You got to be careful what you say to the highest order. In fact, I would have a whole, if you had any brains, you would have a whole prefabricated cover-up story for your fucking point, for your whole life up to this point. And stick to the facts as much as you can. Don't try to bullshit and hand jive your way through it. But cover your own ass. Every time I see an interview, people are giving away their entire fucking life story, to what street they live on, to where their mother's social security number is. If somebody wanted that person gone, that would happen in a fraction of a nanosecond. I've been here for 10 years dropping serious details and truths about my life, and somehow I've never managed to slip up in a way that would constitute, there's only so much my enemies can use against me. Careers can be made or broken in a goddamn nanosecond is the point. And you just distribute the hate. Someone beats you, you've got to recoup your losses one way or the other. If you're a business, you're not going to have a thought about it. You're always going to recoup your money by any means necessary. But if you're a person, and if you're a person in somewhat of a business, like a YouTube side hustle shit, I can imagine motherfuckers will get extremely cutthroat about their shit. Extremely. Depending on how much their interest and how pissed off they were and how much they got into it for. You'd have to distribute that hate. If you can't, and it's not worth it to pass it to that person again, it's best to move it on to somebody who deserves it in your field of discretion. And you just drop the bomb. Drop Nagasaki. As much as you got hurt, make sure the next motherfucker hurts that much and then some. And that way you can let the world know you came through at the same time. And it doesn't have to be such a public display either. It could be in other fucking ways. But that's how it happens within the fraction of a goddamn nanosecond. If you gave that information to a couple of, like I said, Instagram hackers or Facebook hackers or something like that, your life would be over. Your family would commit a John List style or a fucking Jonestown type suicide. Your whole motherfucking family overnight by these internet motherfuckers will make your family hang themselves. They'll lose their jobs. They'll have strange people knocking at their door. That's the power of some of these internet people. Destroy. Just correct. Imagine if you're a big business motherfucker though, and you have a channel, you have a stake in YouTube, let's just say for example, and you have a stake in that because you generate so much money for the YouTube franchise or whatever. Okay. You have a lot of power now. You have a lot of power. You definitely have the power to to get a hacker to hack your computer entirely and make it look like your life is emoliating slowly, like glowing coals. That's hate. And hate is best when it's blind and it's not personal personal hate is not honorable. I mean, it is necessary to exact revenge on enemies, but to what degree, it's not as honorable. Just as it happened to you, and you can rule in paranoia too. You can rule in any emotion that should introduce itself into the chain of feelings you're having. You can, you know what I'm saying? It has to be distributed because there's an imbalance in the karma in the world, in the vibes, in your local field of operation emotionally. There's a disruption in the balance of happiness, and you know, it's a menace to your livelihood. It's your universal responsibility to distribute that back out for the satiation of your own ego and for the world at large, and to help nature along. And that's nature pulling you to do its work, and that is nature, is how we contribute to the global chi of things. Do you think a mother would think twice about a mother? A mother has often been known to suffocate her own children and eat her children in the animal world. At times, in the human world, a woman and a mother will devour its prey. It will devour men. It will devour any kind of threat. Nature has often that's people. That's God, and that works for the positive. It goes backwards and it goes forwards and it goes inverse and it goes. No matter, isn't that an exercise in hate, though? No. But I wouldn't do that. I would do that, but I mean, the way I would do it would, Milibot does that in her little girl world. They do that in every world.